Hey, well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Missouri Sports Network. And you know what day it is, and you know what that means. It is Wednesday, November the 13th, episode 31 of Where Are They Now Wednesdays with Playing on Sports, Kent Mueller. Hey, and remember, you're watching the original Where Are They Now Wednesdays. We've done 31 consecutive episodes. Nobody else did three. Hey, don't be fooled by the Johnny come latelys or some other imposter. Playing on Sports and the Missouri Sports Network are your sources for what Missouri high school talent does, not only at the high school level, but once they get to the national stage of the NCAA. No one has more information for you than we do, and we appreciate your attention and loyalty to this show. And do me a favor. Hey, go to the Missouri Sports Network on Facebook and give us a like. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe, and then you'll know every day when these episodes go out. And we're not only producing this episode, we do something every day of the week, and sometimes more than one time a day. But hey, let us know. Send us a comment, email us. Kent's email is right there at the bottom of the screen where you can get his free newsletter, and by going to playingonsports@gmail.com. We really appreciate you. So are you ready? I hope you are. I'm ready. And Kent's done his homework already for you. Take it away, Kent.
All right. Well, last week we reviewed some rushing numbers for our running backs, yards per game, per rush, touchdowns, and who is leading their team or conference. We also got started on the women's soccer all-conference and player of the year selections. We discussed dozens who have been so honored for their work this season. This week, we have many more who have achieved all-conference honors or who have been named player of the year. We're just scratching the surface. We have more women's soccer athletes, and then we will also have other sports for you when they are available. But first, let's take a break for one of our sponsors.
In the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammonds Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
Hey, welcome back to Where Are They Now Wednesdays here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol remind us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And Ken, as we look at these soccer honors coming up, I heard an interesting interview earlier this week with Michael Seabolt from Missouri State University, and he was talking about they get to play Iowa in the district tournament, in the NCAA tournament. And he was asked about the success of the program. And he said it was their ability to keep the in-state talent in-state. He said in years past, you've had to go to the East Coast and to the West Coast to get kids to come in. And he goes, but right now, there's so much talent in the state of Missouri, in the St. Louis metro area, the Kansas City metro area, that keeping those kids in state has directly led to the success of their program, and they're doing it well. But I wanted to kind of throw that in here before you talk about some of the women's soccer honors.
Well, and that conference obviously covers Missouri, but it covers outside of Missouri too. When we look today at the postseason honors there in that conference, you will see exactly what he's talking about. And it's very interesting to hear him actually say that out loud, because as I've been putting this together for 2 years now, that's become increasingly evident to me. And we are getting close to the postseason in NCAA play, as the conferences are wrapping up their regular seasons and playing their conference tournaments. As the postseason nears, the postseason honors just flow in. It's just a trickle so far, but there is already an abundance of Missouri talent being recognized as being among the best in their conference. We noted quite a few last week, and we have many more this week. There are 832 Missouri athletes competing in women's soccer in the NCAA all over the country. They compete in 64 Division I, II, and III conferences. Not all have announced their postseason honors, but Missouri talent shines through all over the country. Let's start with more of the players of the year that have been announced. Isabella Dickney, she is a senior out of Oakville at Webster University. Isabella is the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Defender of the Year. Isabella is also an all-conference first-team honoree. She has been a mainstay since arriving on the Webster campus 4 years ago. She was recognized as a member of the conference second team as a junior before being elevated to the first team this year. During her tenure, Isabella has played in 75 of the 76 matches, starting 63 of them. And the results? 53 wins, 17 losses, and 7 ties, significantly due to Isabella anchoring that defense. Mia Smith is a freshman out of Union High and is playing at Webster University. Mia is the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Freshman of the Year. Mia is also honored as being a member of the all-conference first team. She participated in all 18 matches this year, logging 741 minutes of playing time. Mia scored 16 points with her 6 goals and 4 assists. Emily Gaby is a senior out of Union High playing at St. Louis University. Emily is the Atlantic 10 Conference Offensive Player of the Year. Emily is also a member of the all-conference first team. Her play as a Billiken has been a continuation of the dominance she presented as a high school soccer player at Union High, where she was a 3-time first-team All-State selection. As a freshman at St. Louis, Emily was named the Conference Rookie of the Year and to the conference second team. Since then, she is now a three-peat for All-Atlantic 10 first team. Her Offensive Player of the Year honor is a repeat from last year, and on a national scale, Emily was a first-team All-American as a junior. We await the Coaches Association announcement for this year. Lindsay Heckel. She's a graduate student out of Nerix Hall and is playing at St. Louis University. Lindsay Heckel is the Atlantic 10 Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Lindsay is also a member of the All-Conference First Team. She, too, continued her high school success right into Division I soccer career. Lindsay was named to the conference all-rookie team her freshman year, which was the COVID year. That 5th year made it possible for her to be an all-conference first-team honoree 5 times. A small handful around the country have done that, but that will never be exceeded and hopefully not matched again. As a junior, Lindsay became the first-team All-American in program history. She followed that up the next year as a second-team All-American and an academic All-American. And the Defensive Player of the Year award, I noted, is a repeat from last year. What a career. And going back to her high school days, Lindsay scored over 1,000 points in her basketball career. Noting that Lindsay was a prolific scorer in high school basketball makes this a good time to highlight the Missouri Career 1000 lists. Playing on Sports is collaborating with Missouri Sports Network to assemble the only all-time Missouri high school 1,000-point scoring list for both boys and girls. We don't know how many there will be, but we have nearly 1,000 already, and we know we have just scratched the surface. The list will be on the Missouri Sports Network website and will be updated as we find more from the past and as more cross that threshold each year. Including your school's 1,000-point career scores is easy. Just email the list of both boys and girls to me at playingonsports@gmail.com. Please include the name, graduation year, and total career points. Everyone will be amazed by the length of these lists. That email address, once again, is playingonsports@gmail.com. Now back to our women's soccer greats. Julia Christensen. She is a senior out of Francis Howell North, playing at Missouri State. Julia is the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year. She is also a member of the All-Conference First Team. Julia spent her first 2 collegiate years at Central Missouri. While there, she was a MIAA Freshman of the Year, MIAA Offensive Player of the Year, and was honored as a second-team All-American. Julia has now been named the Player of the Year in 2 conferences and 2 NCAA divisions. Camille Day is a graduate student out of Fort Zumwalt West, and she is attending Missouri State. She is the Missouri Valley Conference Goalkeeper of the Year. Camille is also named to the All-Conference First Team. Camille became a first-time starter her junior year when she earned All-Conference third-team honors. As a senior, she set the program record with 8 consecutive shutouts. Camille also had the lowest goals scored against average in the entire country. The Conference Goalkeeper of the Year and First Team All-Conference honors this year were both repeat performances. Katie Chismerick. She is a graduate student out of Marquette High, playing at the Illinois Institute of Technology. She is the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Player of the Year. Katie is also named to the All-Conference First Team. Katie has had very strong senior and graduate student years. This year, she had 48 points, made up of 18 goals and 12 assists. That built upon her prior year when she had 33 points with 12 goals and 9 assists. Of those 30 goals, 10 were game winners. Guy, your interview calendar was pretty full this last week. Who all did you talk to since we were last on the air? And what do you have for the rest of this week?
Well, I tell you what, it's been a great week, not only numbers-wise for the Missouri Sports Network, but just the opportunity to kind of spread it around the state as we've done all season long. Got to visit with coaches from Hannibal, Missouri, Lee Summit North, Cardinal Ritter, Jackson. Last week also got to sit down and visit with an author on his first book, Shane Matson, who's a retired activities director and basketball coach at Marquette High School in St. Louis, was kind enough to sit down and talk about his book. And it was a 30-minute interview, but I think it's well worth the listen on how the book came about and some of the chapters in the book. We're also sitting down this week with our Chevrolet Athletes of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. We just got done cutting an interview today with Lutheran North's a new all-time points leader and a career points leader in high school football, Javon Blackman, and the head coach, Kyle Wagner, kind enough to join in on that interview as well. We're still working on some state champions, but all in all, it's been great response from coaches. We're averaging, 6 or 8 coaches on Friday Night Live, which is a show that it's frantic and it's a lot of fun, but you're chasing down scores from around the state. Now those scores are going to get thinner because a lot of teams have been eliminated. So it'll get a little bit easier to visit with coaches this Friday night. But I encourage everybody to tune in. We had 165,000 this past weekend or this past Friday night. So obviously we're doing something right, and we've got something that no one else has. And I always say, from the time I started this, hey, you want to be the smartest fan in the stands, just follow Scoreboard Guy, and you'll know everything that he knows.
That's right, and not only did everybody get all the scores just as we get them, but also there's no place else that you will hear from so many high school coaches in such a short period of time. But now let's get back to these women who play soccer in the NCAA. There's Allison Murray. She's a junior out of Lutheran St. Charles. She also is at Illinois Institute of Technology. Allison is honored with Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference honorable mention status. She started 19 games this year, scoring 3 goals, 2 of which were game winners. Allison also recorded an assist. Jillian Oschlager is a senior at Eureka High. She is also at Illinois Institute of Technology. Jillian is honored with Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference honorable mention status. As a defender, Jillian competed in 15 games, scoring 1 goal. The last 3 honorees are grouped together for a reason. They all compete at the Illinois Institute of Technology. We have a Player of the Year, a first-team all-conference, and 2 named honorable mention, all out of Missouri. They have played great soccer while maintaining academic excellence. 25% of Illinois Tech students have an ACT score over 31. Their majors, Katie Chismerik's is biomedical engineering. Allison Murray's is architecture, and Jillian Oligschlager's is also architecture. I think success will continue to find these ladies into the future. Savannah Feltrop is a senior out of Helias. She's at Westminster College. Savannah is St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference first team. From her midfielder position, Savannah has 9 points from 4 goals and 1 assist. She has a game winner and is 1 for 1 with penalty kicks. Grace Rogers is a senior out of Fort Zumwalt North. She's at Webster University. Grace is a St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference second team. Grace led the Gorlocks with 24 points this year. She has 7 goals and 10 assists in her 17 starts. 2 of her goals have been game winners. Emma Cadwell is a senior out of Incarnate Word Academy. She is now at Greenville University. Emma is a St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference second team member. She has started all 20 games this season and has scored 9 points with her 3 goals and 3 assists. Faith Coates is a sophomore out of Rolla, and she is now at Westminster College. Only a sophomore, Faith is St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference second team this year. She has started 17 of her 18 matches this year, and Faith's 9 points come from 2 goals and 5 assists. She is 1 for 1 with penalty kicks. And there's Mackenzie Sundhausen. She is a senior out of Rockwood Summit, now at Webster University. Mackenzie is St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference second team. The midfielder started all 18 matches. Mackenzie's 11 points came from 4 goals and 1 assist. Guy, we have mentioned Webster University a number of times. In another podcast, we have delved into the nicknames of various schools. Should we examine how the Gorlocks of Webster University came to be?
Yeah, and it's unique, obviously unique, and I've been involved in some unique situations as well. I went to Mount Vernon High School, where the Mountaineers, which I believe are the only Mountaineers in the state of Missouri at any level. I live in Bolivar, and Bolivar's the Liberators, which I believe are the only Liberators in the entire country. And of course, you deal with nicknames, the Midgets at Putnam County, the Zizzers at West Plains. An interesting story, the Camdenton Lakers, when they first decided to go with that nickname, they actually wrote the Minneapolis Lakers of the NBA and asked permission to use that name and that color scheme, and they were granted that permission. So there's a lot of unique nicknames, and I'm always interested every time we come on, because I know you're going to have somebody from somewhere that I have not heard of that nickname. So how did that come about with the Gorlocks?
Well, unlike some nicknames we have discussed, the Gorlock isn't very old. It came out of a contest held on campus in 1984 with the caricature designed by students and staff. The creature has a face of a dependable St. Bernard, the horns of a fierce buffalo, and the paws of a speeding cheetah. They combine to exemplify the values of the school: fairness, good conduct, and high standards. The name Gorlock comes from an intersection in the oldest part of campus, the intersection of Gore Avenue and Lockwood Avenue. And with that, Guy, let's get a word from another sponsor of ours.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck.
And a high-tech Chevy SUV.
Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network here for Where Are They Now Wednesdays with Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports, and we're continuing on with soccer here. And Kent, where did we leave off?
Well, we left off with Players of the Year in the NCAA coming out of Missouri, and also all-conference team members. And we have more all-conference team members to discuss today, including some more Warlocks. But first, there's Claire Sanders, who's a freshman out of Francis Howell Central. She's now at Westminster College. Claire is St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference third team. As a freshman, the forward led her team with 12 points. She got those with 6 goals. One of those goals was a game winner for the Blue Jays. There's Riley Capazzo. She's a sophomore out of St. Pius in Festus. She is at Webster University. Riley is St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference third team. She has started 17 of the Gorloks' 18 games this year. Riley has 16 points coming from 1 goal and 4 assists. Her goal against Benedictine of Illinois was the game winner. There's Maya Stegan. She is a senior out of Rockwood Summit. She too is a Gorlock out of Webster University. Maya is St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference third team. The senior started all 14 games in which she competed this year. Maya scored 3 goals and got 2 assists to score 8 points for her Gorlocks. There's Mary Hardy. She's a junior out of Parkway West. She is now at Murray State. Mary is Missouri Valley Conference first team. Mary leads her racers with 14 points, all coming with 7 goals. 2 of those goals were game winners. She has started all 18 games of the season for the racers. There's Kaylee Benedict. She's a senior out of Pattonville. She is now at Missouri State. Kaylee is Missouri Valley Conference second team. She has started 19 of the Bears' games this year, scoring 16 points, which is third on the team. The midfielder has scored 5 goals and has made 5 assists. One of her goals was a game winner. And we have Maddie Schneerhahn. She is a junior out of Ursuline Academy, and she is now at Missouri State University. Maddie is Missouri Valley Conference third team. After starting her career as a Red Hawk at Miami University of Ohio, Maddie is in her second year back in her home state as a Bear. The defender made the Missouri Valley All-Conference team last year on her way to All-Conference third team status this year. Adriana Pratt is a graduate student out of Lincoln College Prep, and she is now at Grambling State University. Adriana is Southwestern Conference first team. After competing for the University of Missouri at Kansas City Kangaroos for 2 years, Adriana has called Grambling State home for 3 years. She started 16 games this season and got 2 assists from her defender position. There's Abby Wiederman. She's a freshman out of Oakville, now at Western Kentucky University. And Abby is Conference USA's all-freshman team. She has started 11 of the 15 games in which she's played. The defender was also efficient on offense. In her freshman season, she took 2 shots. Both were on goal, and both resulted in a goal. We have Allie Brown. She's a graduate student out of Narings Hall. She's at Concordia University of Chicago. Allie is honored with Northern Athletics Conference, Collegiate Conference honorable mention status. That midfielder has been a mainstay since her arrival in Chi-Town. Allie has started 81 matches and has led her team in minutes played the last 2 years. We have Hamina Arnau. She's a sophomore out of Staley High. She's at Northwest Missouri State. Hamina is Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association first team. She started all 18 games from her midfielder position, scoring 14 points with her 6 goals and 2 assists. 2 of her goals were game winners, and she was 1 for 1 with penalty kicks. We have Caroline Cole. She's a redshirt senior out of Rockbridge, and she is at Central Missouri University. Caroline is Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association first team. Caroline has been a star since arriving on campus. She is now a 4-time all-conference first-team honoree. Caroline was the MIAA Freshman of the Year and has since been named third-team and second-team All-American. She has scored 20 points this year with her 7 goals and 6 assists. 2 of those goals were game winners. We wait for additional honors to be announced. And we have Ashley Martin. She is a senior out of Francis Howell, and she competes now at the University of Central Missouri. Ashley is Mid-America Intercollegiate Athletic Association first team. She is another athlete to take off upon arrival in college. Ashley has played 74 matches in her collegiate career. She has led the Jennies in each of the last 2 years in scoring. This season, she had 24 points from her 10 goals and 4 assists. She had 3 game winners and was a perfect 4 for 4 with penalty kicks. So there are 7 athletes who were named as Player of the Year in their conference and 26 who were placed on their all-conference team. Is that all of them? Not even close. We'll have many more for you next week. Plus, we will be getting postseason announcements for the other sports soon. We enjoy the season and the postseason. The games played are the reason the athletes work so hard in practice and in the off-season conditioning. But it is also pleasing to sit back a bit and observe and appreciate the results of all their hard work. The results are incredible, and we'll have much more next week, Guy.
Absolutely amazing. We've gone through that many athletes here, and we still have just basically scratched the surface with regards to high school athletes graduating in Missouri that are playing at the NCAA level. There's a lot of content, but it's a lot of fun, and we hope that you've enjoyed listening to it as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. You are listening to Where Are They Now Wednesdays on the Missouri Sports Network. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here next Wednesday for Where Are They Now